I have finally made it to the last continent, and I could finally check off all 7. And by doing this, I am here in Africa. Welcome to Zanzibar. Now, the first stop that we have here is called Prison Island. Opening time is around 7:30 a.m. Closing time's around 6 p.m. And it's within that little ferry thing that I just took over here. Got my little personal boat. It took maybe a few minutes, not that long, but this place is actually very interesting. So I got here to Zanzibar really early in the morning, and the first thing I wanted to do was check out Prison Island, also known as Canggu Island. It is about 5.6 kilometers northwest of Stone Town. This is a very small island on the Indian Ocean. The island has some pretty deep history. There was nobody on Prison Island until the 1860s, when the first Sultan of Zanzibar gifted it to 2 Arab slave owners who used the island as a prison for rebellious slaves. In 1893, a British First Minister, Lloyd Matthews, acquired the island and planned to build a prison on this outpost. Although the building work was completed in 1894, the prison never housed any inmates. In 1920, Prison Island was transformed into a quarantine island that served British territories in East Africa. Now, if you're curious about what the quarantine station was for, it was for the yellow fever cases. The station was only occupied for around half of the year, and the rest of the time it was a popular holiday destination. One of the biggest attractions here is going to be the giant tortoises. In 1919, the British governor of Seychelles sent a gift of 4 Aldabra giant tortoises to the island. The tortoises bred quickly, and by 1955, their numbers were around 200. Unfortunately, people began to steal the tortoises for sale abroad as pets or food, and the numbers dropped rapidly. By 1988, there was only about 100 of them. Then by 1990, there was about 50, and then only 7 by 1996. Also, there was about 80 hatchlings that were taken from the island in 1996 to increase the numbers, but 40 of them vanished. Today, it is under the World Animal Protection Society, which they have about 17 adults, 50 juveniles, and 90 hatchlings. The species now is considered endangered, so if you get a chance, come visit this place and support. Alright, so we're here at the Jozwani Chaka Bay National Park. It's supposed to be some monkeys, some red monkeys, very unique monkeys, so pretty stoked to check this out. So the national park is about 19 square miles, and it is filled with a lot of animals here. You'll find about 50 different species of butterflies, 40 different species of birds, bush babies, the nocturnal Zanzibar tree hyrax, which is interesting. It has 4 toes on its front feet and 3 on its back. But this is well known for having the red colobus, or also known as the red monkeys. Can't find these guys anywhere in the world, and when we found them, I gotta tell you guys, it was amazing just seeing these guys interact and being super friendly. Now keep in mind, you are in their natural habitat, so do not touch them, do not feed them, and just enjoy from the distance and take pictures. Make sure as you're going here through your walk, follow your guide, stay close, and do not get lost, because you can easily get lost in this area. So I went to the Tata Spice Farm, and I have to tell you guys, this place was incredible. I'm gonna do a whole episode right after this one about everything that you need to know about the spices and the living here within Zanzibar and in most regions of Africa. What they literally do is they use everything for just about anything. You have stuff here for makeup, you have stuff here for soaps. Not only can you eat some of this stuff, but they also will use some of the other things for like laundry detergent, bug repellent. There's so many use case scenarios, and I have to say, this place was incredible. I got so much footage, and it was just amazing. Some of the leaves here that they make like curry, and they make certain spices with some of these leaves or plants. And we went to a place here where they did feed us some chicken, rice, curry, some other types of vegetables and drinks. It was really delicious. I gotta say, I had a really good time coming here. All right, we're here in Stone Town. There is a ton of history here, and we're just gonna do a little walk through some history lessons, some pretty cool stuff. So let's check this out. So the interesting thing about Stone Town of Zanzibar is that there's a lot of Arabic influence in this small town. This is actually the old part of Zanzibar City, and you will find many different things. In the heart of this place, you're going to find lots of mazes of narrow alleys lined by houses, shops, bazaars, and mosques. Since most streets are too narrow for cars, the town is crowded by bicycles and motorbikes. And one fun fact that a lot of people don't know is Freddie Mercury was born in Stone Town, Zanzibar on September 5th, 1946. Now, if you're not familiar with Freddie Mercury, he was in a group called Queen. They have very famous and popular songs called We Will Rock You and Rhapsody, just to name a few. Now, as I was going through the different buildings and different small streets, we did run into a church, and they did show how some of the slavery was very harsh here in this area. They did have some underground bunkers and some underground places, and kind of puts everything into reality of what actually happened here. The slavery and slave trade was very prominent here until 1909. Clothes and coconut plantations became a big industry on the islands, which domestic slavery expanded to a point where 2/3 of the population were slaves. The biggest major exports here in Zanzibar was ivory, slaves, and eventually cloves, but the real engine of its transformation was the continuous growth of ivory exports. I was able to go to some of the shops, some of the wet markets, some of the food markets, and everything just looked incredible. This was something that you can't just experience anywhere but here. Now, I did feel very safe when I was walking through the streets, but of course, because I'm brand new to this area, I did have a guide with me. Either way, always make sure you're keeping an eye of your surroundings and enjoy this place. And that's it for Zanzibar. Amazing place. This is a very basic overview stuff that you can do. There's so many other things like snorkeling, dolphins, and there's just tons of stuff here that you can do. But I just wanted to give you guys some of the basics. This is like one of the most popular things to do so that we can see everything in a day. Yeah, next video is going to be the room tours. You can see I'm already in here. I'm ready to relax. Stay tuned for the episode after that. I got something pretty amazing happening. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. As always, you guys take care of each other, and I'll see you guys in the next one.